Worldwide Shalom, your brother Shamar for Phoenix. With that being said, I want to give our honor, glory, and praise to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, QUADASH. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the brothers doing this work in truth and sincerity. And I'm just going to jump right into the scriptures. This is Acts 9 and 16. It says, I'll start at verse 15. This is YAHAWAHSHI talking about the Apostle Paul. But the Lord said unto him, Go thy way, for he is a chosen vessel unto me. And that's talking about the Apostle Paul. To bear my name before the Gentiles, we know that means the Israelite foreigners, and kings, and the children of Israel. For I will show him how great things he must suffer for my name's sake. So that's what it is, man. So we have to suffer for the namesake of YAHAWAHSHI, man. That is what Paul was called to do, to suffer. In the act and in the process of doing this work comes suffering, man. Suffering of your flesh, suffering of your own personal self, suffering for the name of YAHAWAHSHI, man. And the thing about it, man, is as we go into this truth in this present day and age, man, us brothers being in this truth, doing this work, the hard part hasn't came yet, man. The hard part is yet to come. The trials and tribulations and the things that we go through is to build us up for the hard part that's coming, for the affliction and the persecution that's coming, man. But we going through now ain't nothing, man, because you can still have a semi so-called normal life. You go to work, you can go to the grocery store, you can go drive around in your car and shit like that, but there's gonna be a time upon this earth, talking about Jacob's trouble, where it's just gonna be total fucking chaos, man. So the hard part hasn't came yet, and we're getting built up to endure that hard part. Most likely wouldn't we be those men, and to understand what the things that Paul suffered for YAHAWAHSHI's sake, we're gonna go to Corinthians 11th chapter, because it gives you a very very detailed description of what Paul suffered for the namesake of YAHAWAHSHI. So I get that in there. Come on, this is 2 Corinthians 11 and 23. This is Paul talking about all the afflictions that he went through. Are they ministers to YAHAWAHSHI, speakers a fool? I am more, and labor is more abundant, and stripes above measure, and prisons more frequent, and deaths oft. So he was beaten, he was in prison. Of the Jews, 5 times received thy 40 stripes, save one. He was, he was scourged. Thrice was I beaten with rods. He got beat down. Once was I stoned. Thrice I suffered shipwreck. A night and a day I have been in the deep. And journeyings often in perils of water, in perils of robbers, in perils by my own countrymen, in perils by the heathen, in perils, and we know that the word peril, it means danger. In perils in the city, in perils in the wilderness, in perils in the sea, in perils among false brethren. So there you have it, man. That's just, that's just part of it. What Paul went through, the sufferings that Paul went through for the namesake of YAHAWAHSHI, and weariness and painfulness, and watchings often, and weariness and painfulness, being exhausted, man, being in pain. Brothers can relate to that. We slave ourselves for this goddamn devil, this white man, and we get weary, man, in the flesh. Brothers have hard jobs, man, and with that comes pain, man. We got brothers' joints hurting and whatnot, and brothers going through afflictions, and weariness and painfulness, and watchings often, in hunger and in thirst, and fastings often, in cold and nakedness. So Paul didn't lead a comfortable lifestyle, man. He wasn't comfortable. He lived he suffered a lot of hardship, man. Besides those things that was out, that which comes upon me daily, the care of all the churches. And beside all that, he still had a responsibility to do the things that he had to do. He still had responsibility. He still had to be accountable. He still had to make sure that he fulfilled his office, man. So that gives you a description of the things that Paul suffered for the namesake of YAHAWAHSHI, man. Instead, I'm going to go to Matthew, the 10th chapter. The real quick lesson here at the plantation, man. Matthew 10 and 21. And it says it. And these are some of the things that, these are describing some of the suffering that brothers in this truth are going to have to go through, man. Like I said, we haven't gotten to the hard part yet. I'm going to read this. I'm going to start at verse 16. Matthew 10 and 16, it says, Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. So wise as serpent, having that word. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you into synagogues. They shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for testimony against them and the Gentiles. But when they deliver you up, take no thought here how or what you shall be speak, which shall be given you in that same hour what you shall speak, man. So we're going to be led by the Spirit, and the sufferings that we're going to go through is also going to be led by the Spirit. For it's not ye that speak, but the Spirit, there it is, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. And brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against the parents, and cause them to be put to death. And you shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end, the same shall be shall be saved. So that's describing the coming persecution, the coming afflictions that most likely brothers in this truth are going to have to go through. Paul suffered it. So we're going to have to suffer it too. Like I said, man, the hard part hasn't come yet. I'm going to jump down to verse 24. It says, The disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord. So just like YAHAWAHSHI suffered extreme scourgings and revilings of men, hey, we're going to have to go through that same thing, man. So, we got to prepare ourselves spiritually, mentally, for the things that are to come. It's not for brothers to freak out. It's for just to know that, just to acknowledge it, man. And to know that in that day when you're gonna go through those things, when we're gonna go through those things, most high willing, we be those elect men, that we hold fast into this truth, man, that we endure unto the end. Let's let him get 1 Corinthians 4 and 9. This is 1 Corinthians 4 and 9. It said, For I think that Yahawah has set forth us as apostles last, as it were appointed to death. For we were made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men. So that's exactly what we are. We were made a spectacle. We were put on display, man. We were put on the execution block, so to speak. We know that we go out there and we set ourselves up as targets for these people, but we have faith in the Lord. Just like Daniel in the fiery furnace, he had faith in the Lord, even though he was put in that situation of extreme danger. He had faith in the Lord, man. We are fools for YAHAWAHSHI's sake, but ye are wise in YAHAWAHSHI. We are weak, but ye are strong. You are honorable, we are despised. Even unto this present hour, we both hunger and thirst, and are naked and are buffeted, and have no certain dwelling place. So they was going through it, man. And we're going to have to go through it too, because those persecutions, those hard times are coming. And labor, working with our own hands, being reviled, we bless. Being persecuted, we suffered. Being defamed, we entreat. We are made as a filth of the world. And that's exactly how the people see us, man. We are made as a filth of the world, it says. Ain't that what fucking vocab Malone's trying to do to us? Picture, comparing us to these Muslim extremists. They're the filth of the world, and so he's trying to make us in that same fucking like manner. And are the offscouring of all things unto this day. I write not these things to shame you, but as my beloved sons, I warn you. So that's the key right there, man. He's warning the brothers, man. Paul's warning the brothers, hey, man, I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know what's going to go down. I'm just letting you know what the things that you're going to have to go through. I'm warning you. So that's why we read the scriptures, man. That's why we bring out these lessons like this of the coming persecution that's coming, man, to warn us, to warn you. Just like Paul warned the brethren, And we gotta warn up. We gotta warn each other, man. Like we gotta put that message out there. Hey, man, it's coming. It's coming. So just gird up your loins, like the scripture says, man. Instead, I'm gonna get I think it's Timothy 2:10. Slack, that ain't it. This is 2 Timothy 2:10. It says, therefore endure all things for the elect's sake, that they may also obtain the salvation which is Messiah YAHAWAHSHI unto eternal glory. So we endure all things, and that's why we have to go through the things that we have to go through for the elect's sake, man, because we have been called to preach his word to what? To call in the elect, to wake up the elect. It is faithful saying, for if we be dead with him, we shall also live with him. If we suffer, we shall also reign with him. If we deny him, he would also deny us. If we believe not, yet he abideth faithful, he cannot deny himself. Of these things put them in remembrance, charging them before the Lord, that they strive not about words to no profit, but to the subverting of the hearers. Study to show thyself approved unto Yahweh, a workman that needeth not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. So studying this word and getting into this word is going to help us, man, and to endure the afflictions that we have to go through. And with that, I'm going to get 1 Peter 4:14. A few more scriptures, I'm just going to close it up. 1 Peter 4:14, and it says, if ye be reproached for the name of Yahawashi, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of Yahweh rests upon you. On their part he is evil spoken of, but on your part he is glorified. So going through these afflictions, that's like a blessing in itself, because the Lord's about balance. So whatever hell he puts you through, Most High willing, we be those men. We're gonna receive a reward for it, man. Instead, I'm gonna get Revelations 3:11. Then that reward is a crown, or that crown represents glory. This is Revelations 3:11, and it says, behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. So how do we hold fast? What do we have to hold fast onto? It's this truth. So you gotta have that iron grip, man, upon this truth, man. You gotta have that diligence, that discipline, like the Apostle Gabar was, made a beautiful video about. I'm gonna read verse 12. It says, he that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God. He shall go no more out. And I will write upon him the name of my God, and the name of the city of my God, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down of heaven from my God, and I will write upon him my new name. I'm going to jump down to verse 21. It says, to him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I also overcame, and I am sit down with my Father in his throne. So YAHAWAHSHI went through things to receive glory. He went through persecution and afflictions and all the hell that he went through to receive the glory of the Father. And it's like, Most High willing, we be those men that goes through those things. Most High willing, we endure, and we receive that glory from the Father too, man. That was just a real quick lesson. Most High willing, I hope it was edifying. With that, I want to say, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWAHSHI, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWAHSHI, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWAHSHI. Shalom.